Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
All right, George. Last time we had some really crazy events happen. It was Theory Craft Central.
Yes.
The peak of the insanity of theory crafting was the fact that the show might turn into a post-apocalyptic freaking thing as society starts to totally unravel from the wish fulfillments of all the things that have been happening. Now, I did say last time, and I will say again this time, there are been very small hints about that, like, you know, disasters happening and celebrity things happening. So you never know. It's not likely, but it's possible. I'm saying there's a chance.
Yes. I mean, at least for this whole arc or mystery or whatever to like fully pan out, I'm not saying it has to be, you know, like worldwide disaster, but some bad things have to happen, I think, which is unfortunate for whoever it happens to.
Yeah.
But there's got to be something happening. I mean, some things have already happened.
Yeah, true.
Now the question is, can they stop them, right? Is the girl from school, I forget her name now, but like, can she stop it? Why did she... Is this some sort of puberty syndrome thing of hers that she can has been tasked with stopping it, or put that task on herself? Has she just simply noticed the pattern? Will she seek help from I was gonna say Shirogane, but that's the other that's the other thing around.
Oh, President Shirogane, help me.
Yes, please. No, but from Sakuta, you know, is he gonna help? Is he gonna figure it out independently? You know, a lot of questions still in the air.
True. Yeah, she's noticing that things are going on. She's having the great noticing, and things are not looking good so far. So yeah, I wonder what that's about. You think we're gonna get answers to what's going on with her specifically this episode, or is this like next? Like, this episode is more about the dreaming stuff in general, and then later we're going to get more about her.
I wish we would know more about her, because that's kind of how we ended last episode.
True,
but
that's a good point. Yeah, she ran away and stuff, so maybe we're due for that. Oh.
But, you know, this show, they showed the Santa Claus, Koyoku. What is it?
Toko?
Oh, maybe that. Yes, that's what it is. I don't know where Koyo came from, but
I don't know where that came from, but yes.
They showed her in the first episode, and then just, you know,
disappeared.
Went a whole episode without it. Yeah. So maybe we'll see.
I hope they don't do that again. That would be unfortunate. But yeah, I wonder. We're episode 5 now, so we got one more for 6. I mean, theoretically, I think it's a long shot, but theoretically, we could solve her thing in this episode and then the next one, and then we've got a mystery solved, and maybe that will solve the Santa Claus thing, or maybe the Santa Claus thing will be an overarching thing as we get little kind of bite-sized adventures and syndromes. Like, we're also dealing with the greater Santa Claus
dreaming thing
at the same time, right? That could be a possibility.
Sure. I mean, it would make sense that this is a catalyst for other issues that everybody else is dealing with, right?
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, George, it's no time. We're gonna yap like a million frickin' hours in this episode, I'm sure, like usual. Sure. So we should keep the preamble short.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Oh, it's a flashback.
There she is. Yeah. Oh, that was him. Oh, this was then.
She believed.
Yeah, she believed. I wonder if she's been having something similar.
Oh, so we are going to get some frickin' answers, it looks like. Okay, we've got November 1st.
Oh.
Oh, frick! Here we go!
She's here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Maybe she's changed. He's asking point blank about puberty syndrome.
Classic.
Yeah, bringing it up at least.
Yeah. Ah.
True, that is something to brag about.
Yeah, true.
Nice. Good on you,
Because he
man.
loves her.
Yeah, he was want to use her as a prop. Oh,
Bro.
so she's like him.
Yeah.
She's out here helping puberty syndrome people.
You don't get it at all.
Yeah, and
man.
he figured it out. Okay.
Apocalyptic stocks rising.
Is he though? Is he?
Oh.
Get wrecked, bro.
Oh man, I can't not hear Roxy from frickin' Jobless Reincarnation when I hear her talk. It's like exactly the same voice. Oh. Oh, frick.
Oh. Jeez, how hard did they hit? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Is there a camera in here? That was a weird angle.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Is that
this
a
some
setup?
sort of dreaming thing? Yeah, exactly.
Did she
Is
set
this
him
like
up,
just,
maybe? Maybe she set up that other teacher, and now she's trying to set up Sakuta, and she knows that the camera's going to be at that angle, so she goes up close to him like that or something? I don't know. Just saying. I'm throwing
I don't know
ideas
if
out.
that, but this doesn't feel like an organic interaction.
Yes.
Right? Whether it was a setup on her behalf for something nefarious, whether it was just some sort of dreaming effect or puberty syndrome effect of some sort. It doesn't feel organic. We'll see. Maybe
didn't feel organic at all. Oh boy. Oh boy. Do you know how that ends, George?
Or would you like to? No.
Yeah. Usually it's like, you want dinner? Do you want a bath?
Oh, bath. Oh.
Or do you want
okay.
me? Yeah,
okay. What?
What? Zuki's a real character. Kaide! What is this? There's a bad opinion of her brother recently.
I know, seriously. I love you. Oh, man. It's gotta be so rough for her, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
What'd she say here? Yeah.
Maybe he, like, I think it's a general thing, like, have you forgiven her specifically? Because they've been talking about her recently, but she was in the class, right? So she's included in a potential grudge that he would have against all these people who just were spectators.
School.
Yeah, I think that's what the angle is. Ooh.
Oh, is he gonna do something?
No way.
Some dreaming post?
Bro, what is he gonna put? Holy frick.
No! Subtitles, where are you? No! What?
No way! Did we not get subtitles in that for real? Hold on. For real?
Bro.
No
right,
way.
Graham,
No.
where's your
Hold on.
Japanese?
Ah! There's too many kanjis, George. Hold on. I got this. Hold on. We're gonna figure this out, George. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, hold on.
I was noticing they were kind of messed up, like with some of the tweets and stuff. They were like showing up way on the side.
Yeah, on the side. I don't know what the deal was. Okay, a boy fell down and was crying in front of the clock tower. Oh, it must be the school festival at the Kanazawa Hake campus. It was exactly 3 o'clock, but I wonder if this dream is a dream of the rumor. So it's not a great translation, but we get the idea. He's set up a specific thing.
Yeah.
At Kanazawa, 3 o'clock, a boy falls down and is crying in front of the clock tower at the school festival.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I would have done something even more
Crazy?
specific than that.
Oh,
yeah,
even more specific.
Like, more specific, it would have been probably even more crazy. Because, like, a boy falling down and crying in front of the clock tower, like, that is specific. But if it's a school festival, there's, like, so many people there, right?
I think he wants to test if it works.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To test if it works, I'm trying to think if I can think of a better test.
Exactly.
I thought he was going to have
3
the
o'clock?
cat do something.
Falling down and crying?
That's a good point, actually.
Right? That's pretty specific.
3 o'clock. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean, you don't want to do something crazy, like a plane falls out of the sky.
I thought he was gonna test something with the cat. That's why he said, like, you're the commander here. Or whatever.
Oh, yeah. No, it's because he's the profile pic.
My cat tips over a glass of milk at, 11 a.m. or something, right? But no, yeah. This
right. Yeah.
Adding a time does make it very specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Why are they looking so shocked like that?
Yeah, that they got an encore. I don't know. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Taco pot stickers. What the heck?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. In the flesh.
It is her. He didn't take his warning.
No way. Is that sling for real then? Did she get hurt?
I think so.
Okay, here's the clock tower. It's almost 3. It's like 20 till 3. Bro, you eat it. Yeah, what kind of question is that, dude?
George, in Japan, you can't walk around and eat food, okay? It's not illegal per se, but like you don't do that. I mean, if you're a foreigner, you can get away with it, as my Japanese friends tell me. They're like, you can get away with it. You're a foreigner. You get the foreigner pass. You get a foreign card. You're like, yeah, they can do what they want. But if you're Japanese and you're walking around eating, what's wrong with you? Come on, have better manners than that. You should stop, sit somewhere, and eat properly, and then you can go and go about your stuff.
What about drinking? Like if you bought a smoothie and you're like walking around.
It's more acceptable. It's much more acceptable. Yeah.
Okay.
So
interesting, but eating is a no-go.
Yeah.
Weird, but all right, different cultures. All right, fair enough.
You just ate that whole thing, man. You devoured that sucker.
Is he going to the clock tower?
Maybe. Maybe not yet.
Is she doing this? She's resentful of not helping, or not resentful, sorry, regretful of not helping Sakuta back then?
That's a good question.
Is this like part of it?
Is she doing it because she wants to make up that loss, or is she doing it because she doesn't want to make that mistake again?
Maybe all of the above. Maybe it's she feels regret. She doesn't want to make that mistake again. She would legitimately, because she's a good person, feel bad, not helping somebody if she knows she can help them. Like, it's probably multiple things motivating her, right? But it sounds like part of it. Yeah, like part of it is the fact that she regrets not acting on his behalf.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a level of the motivation for sure. Yeah, it seems like, I mean, the tough thing is that, like, this is what she's saying right here would have been better for the little Red Riding Hood girl to get hurt. I mean, this is the curse of noticing this problem and what's happening and putting yourself in this like role of like, I'm going to protect people is like, so you're going to stop and then what? You're just going to, stop helping people? You're just going to let people get hurt now? It's like, it's kind of like when I think about often being a superhero, right? And if you take a break, if you have a day off from being a superhero, and anything bad that happens that you would have been able to prevent, I mean, how do you like live with yourself of being like, well, I'm only a superhero from 9 to 5, and like I got to take breaks at some. I got to live a life. I got to be a real person. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, but like all those times that you took time off, or could have been like people that you had saved. It's a horrible kind of almost like, it's the classic Spider-Man with great power comes great responsibility, right?
I was just saying that the superhero that embodies that conundrum the best is Spider-Man. And even in the first trilogy with Tobey Maguire, like that was a big arc in there, right? Like he was so being Spider-Man took so much that his relationships started to go down, his job, his school, all this stuff, right? And so it's just like he was making all these sacrifices to help random people that, not to say that you need a thanks or people need to know who's doing it, right? But like without thanks, anonymous, all this stuff, while simultaneously, this was a bit of a meme in the show with the reporter guy, always like talking down on Spider-Man and all this stuff. But what they said earlier in the episode is kind of true. Someone's fortune can end up being someone's misfortune, right? True. And so it's just like, what do you do in that situation, man? That's rough.
Yeah,
that's rough.
It's a complex issue. It's super complex because, I mean, like, how can you justify I'm going on some day? Like, think about it. I just think about it in the context of, like, I've seen Invincible, the first couple seasons of Invincible, and this is, like, it's not an exact scenario, but I think about it, like, and I'm like, okay, what if I'm that superhero and I'm on some date and something bad is happening, someone's getting robbed or attacked or whatever, and then it's like, am I going to now go off my date to help this person? Or am I not going to do that? And then it's like I have to make that conscious decision every time something bad is happening. And then something outside of your awareness that if you were in superhero mode and looking for, maybe you could have found and stopped. Like there are bad things happening all the time. Like where do you make the call? It's such a difficult thing to frickin' just frickin' figure out what to do. So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. So
it is.
That's her conundrum now. So really.
ボランティアで教えてる中学生の子たちとやってるの。みんな学校に行けなくなった子たち。一緒に作った焼き物を売ってるから見ていってあげて。
Dude, she's really nice, man.
No, she is. She really is. That's crazy. He got her. Because it's not real.
男の子が転んで泣いてるってあれ。僕が書いたデタラメなんだ。
Okay. We'll see what happens exactly. I don't think it will happen because I think he's right. He made it up. So that confirms that it actually is a dream. You can't just like make them. You have to dream it actually, and then you write it. So is it the writing of it that causes the dream to come true? Or is it the fact that you have a dream and then those dreams do come true and writing it is completely irrelevant to that whole fact, right?
Yeah.
Or
could it be, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a dream, but there's like, when you dream it, it adds this extra level of, this is the wrong word, but like intent behind the message. And so like, it's not like someone intends for like a storm or something to happen.
It's always like the dream comes first, right? They dream it and then they post about it. I don't think it's the other way. It's never the other way around. Right?
No. What I'm saying is that the dream, like let's say you dreamt that you won an ice cream lottery, right? And you got free ice cream for a year or whatever, right?
Right.
And then you wrote, I won free ice cream for a year. That's amazing. I dreamt I had this, blah, 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 right? But it wasn't necessarily just the fact that you dreamt it. the dreaming plants a seed in your mind that like gives a certain, again, this is the wrong term because you wouldn't desire something bad to happen, but it gives you this kind of desire. And so when you tweet that thing, you infuse that desire into the tweet. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes. So, okay. So then theoretically, then by your logic, you could desire something very intensely and then tweet about it, and then it would still come true.
Yes. Yeah. That's another angle, right? Maybe it does have to be dreamt, right? But
Right,
and again,
I
desire
see.
is the wrong word because I don't think anyone's desiring like, oh, there's a scandal, right? But there's a certain seed of intention behind
a belief
the thing, right?
that it could be the
belief,
thing that,
there you go.
Yeah, sure.
There
Like
you
a
go.
belief that said thing really is going to happen or could happen. Like you believe in it so intensely. Like with the dream,
Yes,
it's
and
like
so-
I've seen it. So therefore it becomes like that. But it's something that you believe in so heavily. Right.
And him tweeting it, simply just writing the words down,
Isn't
but
enough.
not actually believing, wouldn't
Right.
be enough.
It's an
Exactly.
actualization of the event, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder.
That's
We'll see.
it's a good
And
question.
maybe it is. Maybe it does need to be tied to dreams though, because that would make it a make it
Yeah.
a more concrete thing, and so that does make more sense.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, we'll see.
よかった泣いてる男の子がいなくて
Dude, she's so fucking nice.
こういうのもうやめてよもう大学生なんだし
そうだな。もう大学生なんだし。
She's one to
反
talk.
対しないでよ
oh,
What?
what? Was there a boy crying? Oh,
What the frick?
Oh, what is happening, bro?
Oh, what the frick?
平気だから
赤木、それって。
That's like his sister?
時々起きるの
Every so often, what the frick? What the frick? What the frick was that, dude? I thought something was coming out of her freaking like back, and it was like,
That's what it looked like. Yeah,
Right?
that's what I thought so too.
hold on, maybe, bro. It looks like she's being freaking. I thought for a second with the skirt, she was being like groped in some way because of the hair too, right? What was happening with
Oh.
the freaking? Let me freaking see here. It
Yeah,
does
that's
seem to
something poking out, dude. That's not just like a random thing. No, there's something in there, dude. It's like a freaking. There's
Could it
something
be-
there.
Could you imagine a hand on her back though? Like, look at the way they're drawing the fabric. Is it coming up or is it a hand dragging the fabric like up placed on her? Right.
I
That's
get
what I'm
the
trying to
impression
wonder.
that it's
right.
coming up.
So like,
Yeah, it's
you
coming
s-
up.
you
See
think
the
it's coming
strap
up?
on the right?
Yeah, but the
It like obscures,
you're-
or on the left. Sorry, it obscures it.
yeah.
See,
Yeah,
and
you're.
it's
Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's look at this frame by frame here.
yeah. This doesn't look like an indent to me. It's something coming out.
Yeah, but like theoretically, if your hand was on there and moved up, you could like have the fabric push that to the side, right? So it's
Oh,
kind of
push
leaning
over
at
to
the
the strap.
side, right?
Yeah, I can
Right?
see that.
But I think here,
but it.
here, this bottom left section looks like it is actually coming up. It looks like it kind of came up very, very slightly. Ugh.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Oh, horrific. And
So-
then this, but then like, what's this?
I don't know. That's the
And then her
thing, right? There's
skirt?
some like anti-gravity thing. Yeah, it like pulls up and
I think it's some kind of
Grips.
freaking groping, dude. I don't know. Because like the back thing, okay, maybe that could be something coming up. It could be a hand, but like the hair, that seems just like.
so you think
Someone's-
there's some invisible entity that like caused her pain and is like groping her?
Is it pain? Hold on.
That looks like pain to me. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It looked like pain to me too. Yeah, it definitely looks like pain. And she's freaking.
Bro, I wish it's times like these where I wish we had double episode because I would so
I
love to
know.
find out if there was in fact a boy there. and she knew that this was going to happen, and she didn't stop it, and by not stopping it, it caused whatever the frick this is.
Wait, hold on. You wish there was a boy there that would have fallen?
No. I wish we knew whether there was a boy there that had fallen, and somehow, because like, okay, think about it right now. She tried to help a man and she hurt her arm. But like, could it be that she was too late to actually like help the man? And so while she was trying to grab him, whatever this thing happened is because she quote unquote failed. She was slow enough to meet a failure state, and it caused her to have this like wince of pain, and then she fell down the stairs and hurt herself. And like, what if, my theory right now is, if we knew for a fact that the boy was there and hurt himself and she didn't stop it and she knew was going to happen, she met the failure state and it caused this thing here to happen to her again. If there was no boy, then this is something unrelated, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I want to know, like, was there a boy there? And
yeah,
we can't. We have to wait a fucking week.
It's certainly possible. I think probably not in the way that you're describing it, because I think it's too complex of an answer, right? I just can't see them breaking down like, oh, well, there's this failure state and you just barely passed the failure state in this one instance, and therefore like this bad stuff happened. However, I don't know. There may be something to that where like this supernatural stuff, like maybe let's say her falling down and breaking her arm or straining her arms is just a natural occurrence. But
fair, yeah, I could see that happening, right? It's another person.
But
brought her down.
If she doesn't help people, this happens, right? Unrelated to her hurting her arm and that other guy. Maybe she did succeed in helping that other guy, but maybe this is a part of like. But I mean, even then, I don't know. So like, I could see a scenario. I don't know how this would come to fruition, but I could see a scenario where, like, let's say this is like some kind of weird groping that happens to some girl on the train, right? Which is known to happen in Japan, right? So what if she has taken on the weird groping stuff that happens so that someone else doesn't have to be afflicted by it? Much like how she would try and stop the little girl from getting hurt and this guy from falling down the stairs, right? What if instead now that's like a supernatural taking of the thing from someone else. So I don't know how that would happen. Like normally she would just have to go and tell the guy to stop, harassing some other girl, right? It wouldn't be a supernatural occurrence. So I don't know how that would happen, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, her puberty syndrome does in fact take upon her the discomfort or pain or something of somebody else.
Right, of someone else.
Taking somebody else's groping presupposes that what she was experiencing was groping, right? Which we don't fully know. It is certainly possible. The like skirt raise thing is like kind of odd. Like if it was gonna cut, why did the skirt need to move? It like almost moves like looks like someone moved the skirt so they could like cut her thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's what makes me think this is like a pretty common like, tropey thing, is it not? The cutting of stockings and stuff. Right? Ripped stockings.
Maybe, yeah.
That's like a classic frickin' pervy anime thing. So, not that I would know, obviously, of course. I'm not saying I know that. I'm just saying I know of it, that it exists.
You just outed yourself, bro.
So
in 4K.
Yeah, in 4K.
No, yeah.
That's why I thought, like, the back thing is weird. I'm not sure what to make of that. The hair thing is like, okay, that's one thing.
But like, does their hair look like someone moves it, or does it look like it levitates up? Like,
No, it looks like someone's stroking their hair through their hand through her hair, right? They're like kind of like, being, just being a weirdo, right? Like if a weird guy was like kind of fucking getting too handsy with some girl and he's like stroking her hair or whatever, like, oh, you're so cute, or you smell so nice, or whatever the fucking weird things that someone would say, right? And then they lifts her skirt up and then cuts, like it doesn't cut her. That's the thing that like is most telling, I think. Is like, it doesn't cut her, It's just kind of like harassing her, right? It's not injuring her per se. It's just a harassment. And theoretically, this response that she's had isn't necessarily in pain, but it's in fear, right? She's shaking and she's shocked and surprised because she knows it's about to happen. And then she's afraid because obviously it's freaking creepy AF, right? That's what I'm thinking is a possibility. So
the strongest of the three, if I had to rank order them, the strongest of the three to be some sort of like groping or something along that vein is the raising of the skirt and cutting of the sock.
Sure. 100%.
The hair thing, maybe it could certainly be something else. What exactly, I don't know, but it's not as strong as the skirt thing. And the weakest thing is whatever the frick was poking out of her back. Yeah, like,
that's
for a second I thought it was gonna be like some like she was growing wings. That's literally my first thought. Like, she growing wings or something. But then like it didn't materialize into anything. So
yeah. I thought,
and the fact that like she also says this is something that happens to me once in a while, like is it always these three things, I wonder? Or is it just like a weirdness happens to her every once in a while?
Yep. That's bizarre, dude. So freaking weird. Yeah, it's I don't know. It couldn't be something that happens to her every once in a while to this exact extent because she may not always be wearing tights. So it's got to be something similar to that.
Or
but
skirt, yeah.
Is it Santa Claus? Right? Normally she's invisible.
I guess it could be, right? But like,
is Santa Claus upset at her for stopping the puberty syndrome fulfillments through those dreams? And so she's harassing her. Right? Maybe.
Here's the thing. Again, I could totally be falling into the don't judge a book by its cover trap, but she just doesn't strike me as evil. Santa Claus doesn't. So
she might not be evil. She could be spiteful though. Right? She was a little bit peeved that Sakuta had taken away the gift that she had given to Zuki, and she just kind of showed up. Remember, she showed up, and we don't know what she was about to do. Maybe she was about to punch Sakuta in the freaking stomach, but she was surprised that Sakuta could see her. She goes, "Oh, you can see me," like as if, like, imagine she's strolling up, she's pissed that like Sakuta has erased this freaking present that she's given to Zuki, and she's gonna mess with him or something, and then she's like, "Oh, you can see me? Oh, okay, interesting." And then they just chat instead, and then she goes away, right? What if she's the one that was causing the injuries to frickin' other people invisibly? Probably not that, but, you know, it's possible. It's a possibility. I don't think so, because, like, it just seems weird for her to be like, okay, Kaide had a bunch of bruises. What is Santa Claus, like, frickin' punching Kaide and stuff? Like, it just seems bizarre, but it's a small possibility, I'd say.
Yeah, dude, it's so... Can we see the whole scene again? Right when he tells her about the don't go to the clock tower, I just want to see what precedes this.
She tells him not to do things like that again. We're a university. Right, we're already university students.
What does that necessarily mean? Oh, yeah, it was
let me
just...
see.
It was
Hold
literally
on.
just...
What? We missed something here. I wrote that. I made it all up. Just thinking about it. I'm glad there isn't a crying boy over there. Don't do things like that again, okay? Yeah, I don't know. We're already university students.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like discomfort. It looks like pain. Yeah, like if you were,
so
if
weird.
this was like discomfort, like she knows like some weird freaking gropey stuff is about to happen, it wouldn't be a face like this. It would be a face like, you know, like a grimace and like a fear. Like it would be eyes open.
This looks like pain. Yeah,
this.
What looks even more like pain is the face before this, where her eyes are open, like just right there. That looks like like just sharp pain. All of a
Yeah, it
sudden.
looks like sharp pain. I thought it was like a heart attack or something. Yeah, that was my first like response.
Yeah.
I was like, oh frick, is she having a heart attack or something? Like what the frick? And then yeah. I thought, it's funny you said like you thought she was gonna grow wings. That would have been pretty actually sick. But I thought it was gonna be like a face or something, like some kind of creepy face like comes up and just like speaks or something. I don't know.
Voldemort freaking
Voldemort
thing
looking
instead of the back of the head,
yeah.
back of the on her back.
Yeah, that's
they do
weird.
it twice.
They do it
Go
twice.
back. They do it twice.
Yeah, and the first time, this is why I think it's a person, right? Because like, look, the first time they do it, they don't get the front bangs. They just do the back hair, and then like it's like, oh well, I want to touch all the hair, so it's like now I got to get the front, right? I noticed that too. I was like, that's fucking weird, bro. It's not like it's a magical thing that happens, right? It looks like it's a human done thing, like a purposefully done thing. That's why it happens twice.
Yeah. An invisible
hand. That's why I thought, oh, that's like much more like an invisible hand. And then look, like it's not just like the skirt is brought up. It looks like a hand brings it up right in that one spot.
This is the most sus of them all. Yeah.
Right?
This is definitely the most sus.
But then look at the cut. The cut happens right from the middle. If it was like a cut, let's see it in slow-mo, right there. If it was like a cut that you cut from one side to the other, you would cut it across.
That's such a great observation, right? Actually.
But this just opens up.
It like opens. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't slide across like a knife or something.
It's a smile. It is a face, George. It's a smile. It's a creepy ghost. It's going to start speaking.
Yeah, like
I don't know. It is weird that the cut was made. Maybe it's just an animation thing. They didn't animate it and they didn't think people would dissect it frame by frame. But like the hand thing, like that's definitely like a hand pull up. There's definitely hand going through the hair. That's why once I had realized that, I started thinking, well, maybe this isn't actually something coming out. Maybe it's something pushing. No, I just debunked myself. Look at this. I just figured it out. Okay, so the top left, from our perspective, her left, yeah, I guess it would be her left as well. Her left, there's a shadow under the strap, that white strap, there's a shadow, right? But then when the thing comes up, you're going to notice now, boom, it's pushing up. So the shadow has now gone away. It's now totally gone. So it's very, very likely
coming up.
Could it be? Okay, here's another theory. Could it be hands on her body that appear? So there's a hand underneath her dress
trying to push up,
appeared, right? It kind of like not grows out of her skin, but it kind of like materializes like from like 1 millimeter from her skin, right? It's underneath her clothes and it pushes up and it's like a hand on her back that's like feeling her back, right? It's kind of feeling her up from her back, right? Maybe it's a hand underneath. And then these are hands as well, kind of groping her hair, and then one invisible hand. So it's like disembodied hands basically, and then there's the cut here, right?
I don't know. The groping thing is one possibility. If it wasn't for the skirt thing, I wouldn't even have crossed my mind, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Sure,
the hair stuff is weird, but it could just be other things. I don't know. It could be like an energy pulse or whatever, and maybe
she's gathering her energy and going Super Saiyan, and she was like, and it was close.
Maybe her energy is like pushing, against gravity, and that's why it goes up because her hair's falling down forward or something, or whatever, right? Like remove the skirt, and there's like a million other things. The skirt thing is the only thing that kind of tethers me towards your theory, but like. Yeah, and the other thing is I don't have any alternative theories of like what it could be.
What the hell just happened?
Yeah, like okay, if it is something coming out of her back, like wings, freaking her spine is getting all fricked up, and just
that would be her whole back though, wouldn't it? If it was her spine, right? It'd be the whole thing. It wouldn't be like this localized spot that like moves all around left and right.
Yeah, I guess it does kind of move, side to side.
Right. Yeah.
It could have been, you've ever seen The Mummy? Oh, there's those beetles that crawl inside you or in your skin or whatever. It could be
No,
something
but I
like
get
that,
it.
like in her skin.
Ugh.
Right, like, yeah, I don't know. The hair thing, like, just some energy pulses going against gravity. I don't know. But yeah, like, why raise up only one side of the skirt and cut it?
Yeah.
That's like, I'm trying to like think of something else, right? Like, that is, maybe it's not necessarily a trope, or maybe it is, I don't know. But it is like, okay, why that? That's such a weird thing.
Puberty syndrome.
Frick.
I know, dude. I know. It sucks. This season really loves to do this. Like have a
freaking
totally
cliffhangers.
freaking normal. I can't believe I haven't caught on to it till now, but now that I'm caught on, I'm gonna start anticipating it, because every single time it's caught me off guard. They do this thing where the episode is like super normal. They're trying to like detective solve what's going on, and then right at the end they're just like, "And we gotcha." It's like, oh,
Yeah,
frick, you got me
dude,
again.
freaking
It's like, fool.
mystery jump scare. It's not a jump scare, but it's like a boom, weird freaking thing happening.
Well, show, fool me 5 times, shame on me, okay? So now I know better. I'm going to start anticipating this. I can't believe I haven't really put that together since now, but, now we need to freaking know.
His sisters, Kaida's puberty syndrome, where cut things happen, it like actually cut her skin.
Yep.
Right?
There's no reason to not, if like this was a harm thing, there's no reason that it would just cut her freaking nylon, freaking whatever the frick it is. Right? There's no reason, right? If it was cutting, it would cut her up. It would beat her and bruise her, whatever the frick it is, right? This is clearly meant to, be some kind of freaking other thing.
Okay. It doesn't explain my current, or what I'm about to say doesn't explain the specifics, right? The skirt specific and the movement and the hair and all that stuff. But what if her bodily retribution is proportional to whatever she didn't manage to stop? So like, let's say she actually didn't manage to stop a kid falling down and like scraping his knee. Grand scheme of things, this kid's going to be up and running here in like 20 minutes, right?
I'm going to pause you right there. It can't be that, because there are so many things that she doesn't prevent. She'd basically explode on the spot. There's probably so many. There's 10 million of these posts.
Yeah.
There's no freaking way that she's not. I would say it's the opposite. These are the repercussions of things she stops, and then she pays some price. She says it happens occasionally. She's probably occasionally helping people, and then these are the repercussions.
Okay, I like that theory actually. Yeah. And
That's what I'm thinking.
to add fuel to your fire here, maybe she stopped somebody getting taken advantage of.
There it is.
Right?
That's what it must be then. Instead of taking it on from a distance supernaturally, she's prevented someone else who was getting maybe like harassed or groped or was about to be groped, and then she prevented it, and then she gets the feedback. Like it has to have, like, let's say the course of history has to go one way, and then she's kind of like moving the course of history, but then history has to force itself back. Like that event had to have occurred, so it happens to her instead.
That's why she broke her arm. That guy was going to break his arm when he fell off the stairs.
Or strain his arm or whatever.
Not break it. Yeah, sprain his arm.
Right.
And so the arm sprain still needs to occur. That doesn't explain why she was so okay after she pulled the girl away from the lantern, and it doesn't explain whatever the frick's going on in her back.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they don't come all at once. They just come, at some point in the future. She knows it'll happen to her at some point.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's not always.
And so there's
going to
be, she'll come to school one day with like an injury on her head,
bandage or something on her head. Yeah. Or maybe maybe that arm thing was from the little girl. Maybe it was going to fall, and like the little girl flinches at the last moment and it hit her arm, right? And sprains her arm somehow.
Yeah. It could also be that she receives like a a lesser
result
punishment, right? Yeah. So her arm gets strained, but his arm would have been broken.
Sure.
Her skirt gets, cut and whatever, but
Yep.
the other girl would have been like actually injured or something.
Yep. It's
right?
good theory. It's a good theory.
Frank, dude, this is what I'm saying. I wish there was another episode.
I know.
I think knowing alone, like confirmation at least, if they skip over it, then we know for a fact there wasn't a boy at the clock tower, right? Like next episode starts and they're at home or whatever. But knowing that alone would at least close some doors, right?
I think it's confirmed. I think the fact that Sakuta has like monologued about that and they've kind of talked about it and she didn't go.
Yeah.
I think it pretty much confirms it. So that's just me.
Maybe. It's the higher probability. I just want to know 100%. I wish I knew 100%.
Fair. That's fair.
Dang.
Just when I thought we were getting near the end of the episode and I was like, I don't know if we'll have much to talk about. Like everything was pretty straightforward on this one so far. There's a couple of mysteries, but okay, all right. There's this whole thing that's happening. All right.
Yeah,
also, there's the stuff that happened with the girl in the frickin' elevator too. That's gonna come back. That is absolutely gonna come back.
Yeah, what the frick happened with that?
Look at. Do you remember that scene of them in the fricking thing? Right.
It looks like she's kissing him. 100%.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she frickin' knows. So she drops this. Okay, so she plans this whole thing. She comes and ruffles this. Oh, whoopsie, I dropped this. You dropped something. Oh, it's fine. She goes at the same time. Boom. Ouch. And then, are you okay? And then she comes up like...
Yeah, that looks like a kiss, yes.
That looks like a kiss, bro.
Okay. How come, and I mean, it definitely does depend on the angle, and maybe her head is just insanely hard. But this dude's in college, and she's in, like, what, high school? And he's in way more pain than she is?
Yup. She was prepared for the headbutt, bro. She freaking headbutted him on purpose. That's what I'm thinking. That's why she wasn't hurt, because she freaking... Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for the setup. I'm watching you, cute girl.
I mean, she set up the other dude. 100%.
Right?
So...
Yeah, I don't know. She's sus. She's hella sus. The fact that other guy got like set up and he was like, no, you were saying like you were into me or whatever, right? I was thinking like, okay, that guy's being weird for sure. That teacher's being weird, but what he's saying is probably legit, maybe? Like, if she was coming on to him and then, like, pulls back and goes, oh, no, it wasn't me, haha, right? And then this guy gets in trouble. It's like, okay, I'm not freaking trusting this girl. So, yeah, there's something going on here. Wait, hold on. The door was
rushes
closing.
up.
She rushes in.
Yeah. I remember that for sure.
Yeah, I don't trust this girl at all.
Yeah, and she tries to like familiarize herself with him.
Yep.
Stuff.
She's too cute and she's too happy. I don't trust her at all. There's no frickin' way, bro. The frickin'
I don't trust her either. She is sus, but just the way you're putting it.
I know this show works at this point. The cute, happy ones are the most dangerous. And that can be said for life, too. So, I mean, look at Zuki, man. She's a lunatic. So, the only ones you can trust are Mai. She's very freaking mild, okay? Those are the ones you don't need to worry about, apparently.
Gotcha.
So.
Just the mild ones. Very good.
That's the science, okay? It's brand new science right here. All right, well, that out of the way, let's get to some comments.
Let's do it.
All right, I've got a hell of a long comment from Uru Loki Gaming 3229. I'm not going to read this whole thing because we've already taken a long time to just talk about stuff, but I'm going to highlight a couple things. In the second paragraph of this comment, of 4 paragraphs, the reason Sakuta is able to resist and to be a person most often helpful, helping others, is because he cuts himself off from many of the social pressures. He intentionally goes against the flow, refuses to read the room, says socially inappropriate things, and rejects conformity in general because he saw what it did to his sister. He got rid of his cell phone. He suppressed his emotions. All of this makes him effectively highly resistant to the hive mind control aspect that can notice the change before they affect him. It's not entirely immune, as you saw before. Mai temporarily forgot after the sleeping arc. Right. So I really liked, I'm going to highlight one more thing from this, but for this, we were kind of speculating about does he have some kind of special insular blah, blah, blah against the network or the puberty syndrome or anything like that. It's not necessarily that. It is and it isn't. It's not supernatural per se, but it's because he chooses to be aloof. Instead of being so, not politically correct isn't the right term, but socially correct is, a term that would be more accurate, though it's not really much of a term. It's like he's not being PC. He's a straight talker, especially in Japan. This is more noticeable as he's a very straight talker. He says it how it is. He speaks his mind. He doesn't necessarily go with the flow of what everyone else is doing. Reminds me of myself a little bit, if I will be so honest. I'm very much that way, actually. I don't like going with the flow, but I won't necessarily do it just, to be a hipster per se. But I at least felt that way since at least high school. Like when I saw people caring about like the popular things or caring about, we're in high school and it's so important. I was like, we're going to leave high school like in 4 years. Like who gives a frick about any of this? Like, so I didn't really care. I'm very much aloof in that same kind of way. So I get what this is kind of going for is he doesn't get roped into this in the same way everyone else gets roped into it. And that's how he's able to stay aloof from the puberty syndrome. This is a good explanation about why he's kind of insulated from all this.
Yeah, he's like, he is insulated, but not because he's like a chosen one or whatever. He cultivated this insulation, and anybody else could. They just don't. They choose not to,
and that's kind of the whole problem, right? Is that people always go with the flow in a majority of cases. That's a better way of putting it than I did. Very good, George. The other thing I liked about this comment is completely unrelated to almost anything at all in the show, but I thought this was really cool. So it's trivia time now. Warhammer 40K, the Orc faction has this as well, where this is talking about some of the other stuff previous, is if you get enough orcs in one place to believe something strongly enough, it becomes true. It's called WAG. If they believe that their spaceship can fly in outer space despite being literal trash smashed together, magically it can. If someone else tries to fly the ship, it suddenly falls apart because it was literally being held together by thoughts and prayers, which is a funny way of putting it. Even if they believe an enemy is invincible and immune to bullets, it becomes so, turning their greatest strength into an exploitable weakness.
Interesting.
You
could like propagandize the whole orc faction and make yourself invulnerable.
So interesting. I didn't actually know this. I don't know anything about 40K. I'm not really interested in 40K. It's not really my aesthetic. I do like the space fantasy. I'm much more of a StarCraft guy, and I don't know if that's like a rip on 40K or vice versa. It's probably, I think 40K was first, but regardless, I really like the StarCraft aesthetic and the Zerg, Protoss, Terran type of situation. So 40K is much more of it's a lot similar to StarCraft. I feel like they're similar. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I feel like they're really similar. But 40K is more gritty. It feels like low sci-fi to StarCraft's high sci-fi. And I kind of like the StarCraft high sci-fi. So anyways, that's a bit of random trivia on top of that. But very cool. I really like that little tidbit at the end. Just some extra trivia trying to tie it all together. So that was very good. Thank you.
That is a cool bit of trivia for sure. Well, we're on the same mind here because I also have a very long comment today. It is from Undeath Ghosts, who's a member over on Patreon. Thank you for being a member. I don't know if I'll skip around or read this whole thing. In fact, I'll skip around a little bit instead of reading everything. But just it's the comments clarifying some of the stuff to help us with our theorizing, right? Not spoiling. And what I really appreciate that you did, Undeath Ghosts, is you used the same terminology that we used in our discussion. So just to clarify, as the comment says, using your terms for reference, like I said, timeline 1 equals season 1, aka before Shoko resets. Timeline 2 equals post movie 1, aka after Shoko resets. Dimension 1 equals the Sakuta we have been following since the start. Dimension 2, the Sakuta from movie 3 that prevented Kaede from getting her syndrome at all. And this is what it says.
Right.
Dimension 2 Sakuta did leave a note asking how Dimension 1 Sakuta about Toko Kirishima. As far as we have been shown on screen up to this point, Dimension 2 Sakuta is a version of Timeline 2 Sakuta that prevented Kaede's puberty syndrome, since all the events of movie 3 take place after Shoko's reset.
True.
We know that Toko's musical debut is new to Timeline 2 because Shoko remembers all the events of Timeline 1, and Timeline 2 has never heard of Toko until the end of movie 3 / start of season 2. We know that Toko is also an anomaly in some way to Dimension 2 Sakuta, but we don't know precisely his thoughts / knowledge on it. All we know is he asked Dimension 1 Sakuta through a note, what do you think of Toko, blah, 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 Toko Kirishima. Almost like he was prompting him to think about her more because something is different. Hope this helps you guys. I was a bit worried. A lot of your guys' discussions after this episode was centered around Dimension 2 Sakuta being involved in Timeline 1 events.
Right.
So yeah. Yes.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so
then
that means that Dimension 2 Sakuta has existed in Timeline 2 effectively, but his dimensional timeline 2.1, let's say, is a little bit different than our 2.0 because a little it might not even be totally different. So let's say, okay, let me lay out a hypothetical scenario here. Let's say in our dimension 5 years from now, Santa Claus Toko is the big bad. And eventually, Sakuta has defeated her, and puberty syndrome is now gone, okay? But let's say, in Dimension 2 Sakuta's timeline of 2.1, because he had defeated Kaide's syndrome, and then maybe dealt with other people's syndrome, for some reason, he was in a scenario where, and maybe because he had support from his family or whatever it may be, he was in a scenario where he defeated Toko earlier. And so he knew
unbeknownst
that Toko...
to him?
No, on purpose. Like at some point, at some point before going to college, he defeated Santa Claus or Toko. And so but then he sees Toko in the 2.0 timeline and goes, hey, and he's trying to point this other Sakuta. He realizes, oh, Toko's still around, or puberty syndromes are still happening, right? So like, I'm going to point this Sakuta in the right direction, that this is something's going on with Toko, right? He's trying to point to her without saying too much, right? That's the idea that popped into my head when I hear this whole thing. That he knows about her. It's not necessarily, because it's not necessarily that like Toko didn't exist. Like, remember we were saying like, oh, well, he just noticed that like Toko didn't exist in his timeline. It was the only celebrity that he was aware of that like wasn't in his own timeline. Maybe he was aware of her and he does know her true nature, but clearly this Sakuta, for some reason, our Sakuta, doesn't know about her, and it's obvious to D2 Sakuta that he doesn't, so he's trying to give him a lead, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe. Wouldn't it be a little bit clearer to like say like watch out for, or like be careful of, right? But, instead of do you know of her?
Yeah, you're right. But this whole episode has been like, hey, don't frick with time. Don't frick with things, right? Like, you don't know what's going to happen if you frick with time too much.
Maybe he learned that.
Right?
Yeah,
maybe he learned that. So he's like, I can prompt them, but I can't tell them what to do. It's going to change the timeline. I can only point them in the direction that they need to go.
Yeah,
right?
Can't change it too much.
Maybe the stronger you affect the timeline, the stronger, maybe like what's happening here with Ikumi,
the bigger the whiplash.
The bigger the whiplash. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. The bigger the whiplash, right? So Sakuta's like, I can prompt them, and there's only going to be a little whiplash for me. Maybe I'll get a headache or something. But if I tell them it's going to be bad, like something bad's going to happen. That could be it, too.
That would be an interesting mechanic.
That would be so cool.
But then But, okay, but he's fixed so many other puberty syndromes and received 0 whiplash. So does this just mean that solving them was just part of the plan?
I think so. I think you could say that. Like, this isn't changing the future. This is solving problems in the present.
I mean, well, that kind of changes the future a little bit. And he changed the future so much that that Shoko didn't die, right? Like, that's a...
Yeah, true. That's true. That was a big one.
Future change, right?
Yep.
So, I wonder. Yeah, there's so many little mystery details here that we don't know.
Yep.
And like, for the 12th time that I'm going to say it today, this is an episode where I wish we were watching 2 episodes at a time. You really feel it in episodes like these.
Yeah, it sucks.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for your comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this reaction. If you want to see it 2 weeks ahead of time, check out the Patreon or the channel membership. Check out a playlist on the channel while you're at it. We've already watched all of season 1. So for some reason you're new to the channel because of this, we've already seen season 1. It's up on the channel. And the movies. Yes, that's right. But with that, we'll see you guys next week.
Hey, everybody.